So what would it take for us to overcome that? Like right now, let's say everyone watching this is listening to Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Like
we wanna fight the system.
Okay.
What would we have to do collectively to win?
All right, good question. So I truly believe that people still run the world because we decide how much we tolerate.
Yeah.
And we're unfortunately too tolerant of too much garbage, but we still do have control over the world. On an individual level, I can tell people how to escape the matrix, but on a societal level, it's far more complicated because the unfortunate reality is not everybody can escape.
Yeah.
You need some people to believe in the system completely, because if everybody didn't believe in the system, then society would break down. Nobody would want to do some bullshit job, right?
Yeah.
Like, it would all be gone. But as a whole, people certainly need to learn to reject the slave mind and reject the information that is told to them from the news and understand that's all a lie. People need to stand up for the obvious injustices they see. They need to state in clear language that Balenciaga are pedophiles, for example. That's very important for humanity, for it's clear. It's important that they control your speech because you're not going to think what you don't say. And this is how they control what people think, by controlling what people say in the first place. So that's very important. But on an individual level and on a societal level, they're different things. On an individual level, I think it's very important for you to be a sovereign individual, which is hard to do, especially in the modern world, but you need to have finances. It's hard to be free when you're broke. That finance needs to be in places or come from streams which can't be affected or canceled or turned off by the matrix machine. You need to be financially free. You need a strong network. You need good friends. You need to be anti-fragile. You need to be available to travel around the world, many passports. There's a whole bunch of things you can set up as an individual. But for the people watching at home, they just need to sit and understand that the system does not make rules for the good of you. It makes rules for the good of the people who make the rules. And a lot of the life paths and systematic processes that are laid out to the average man at home today is not for their own good. It's only going to lead them to depression and misery. It's for the good of the system.
But so you said globally, there's no way to overcome the matrix. Like, that's the thing I'm trying to get at. What are we trying to do? What's the end goal?
It's not globally, there's no way to overcome the matrix. I'm saying society would actually function better if some people do believe. So I'll give you an example during COVID, right? When I was walking around during COVID and I saw all these people wearing masks, I was flabbergasted that anybody gave a shit about any of this crap.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe people were wearing masks.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you wearing a mask? But then you have to understand that if these people who can be so easily convinced to muzzle themselves, these are the exact same people you need to do a whole bunch of important roles in society that people who are free-minded don't want to do.
Yeah.
You need people inside the matrix to be soldiers and go die in a ditch, right? You need people inside the matrix to stand in a gas station and really care about mopping that floor. So you need these kind of people, right? So, and you're saying, what are we trying to do? What we're trying to do is speak to the sovereign individuals or the people who are capable of having a free mind and help them escape. Just like in the movie The Matrix, Morpheus says, not everybody can escape. Yeah. Not everybody can. Most people are dependent on the system. They'll fight to defend it. But some people have their minds ready to be freed.
But do you think,
and that's who I'm talking to.
Do you think ultimately, like what I'd say, what I understand from you is you just think we definitely need a system, but maybe we just need new people in charge of that matrix system?
You need checks and balances. We definitely need a system. Every system of control is always going to be full of lies. They're always going to lie to us to a degree to benefit themselves. You're never going to have absolute freedom. You're never going to have absolute truth. But you do need checks and balances to that system to prevent complete tyranny. You need a contingent of people who are free, who fight back and talk against the matrix. People like me, people who support me, those who are particularly free thinking. Those are the people you need to keep some kind of power balance in place. Yeah. If I didn't exist and people who thought like me didn't exist and nobody spoke up, then it would just be absolute tyranny. And then Balenciaga could just be pedophiles forever. There have to be people to stand up and say no and push back. Yeah. In life, it doesn't matter where. In life, if there's no checks and balances, if there's no equal and opposite force, everything becomes tyrannical.
So do you think